Hello everyone and welcome to AceOSCE's video for today. Thanks for joining me, Alicia, and in this video I wanted to answer your questions that most of you have been asking me either in the comments or in my DMs on Facebook or YouTube regarding the MCQ PEBC exam. So these are some important points you should keep in mind. In this video I've tried to extrapolate all the information from the PEBC website itself. So all the information I give you is direct from the source and it's all verified. I will try to give you my own tips as well in order to pass the exam or in order to try to answer some of the questions you have asked me. So those are going to be my views. They may or may not apply on you and they may or may not suit you, but those are things that worked out for me, so I'll share those with you. If you feel like that'll work out for you, definitely keep them. In order to make sure that we study for the MCQ exam, you do want to make sure that it is, according to me, the toughest PEBC exam. That is what I felt, and that was the only exam that I had to give a second attempt for. So that was really hard. The difference between evaluating exam and MCQ, apart from what I highlight here, is that the MCQ is something that the Canadian grads also have to give. So it's the licensing exam. I wanted to start off this video by congratulating everybody who did pass the evaluating exam recently. I'm so proud of you because I know that you guys worked so hard for it, and people who did not, that's okay. We'll practice even harder and get back stronger the next time around. So starting off with the video, guys, in terms of the exam per se, we know that after the evaluating exam, we get your qualifying exams, which comprise of the MCQ and OSCE. A lot of you have asked me if you should give the MCQ and OSCE together. According to me, I would say no, just because the preparation for the MCQ itself, even though it may seem similar to the evaluating exam, is quite different. So studying for one exam, as you could see, was hard enough. Studying for both of them is going to be even harder. So I would say if you have the time, definitely try to give your MCQ first and then give your OSCE. So your knowledge part is all covered in the MCQ. So your communication and knowledge check can be done in the OSCE right after you finish the MCQ. However, having said that, I have known people who have given their MCQ and OSCE together with a lot of focus and a lot of preparation, and they have passed both of them together as well. So if you feel like you're one of those people who can tackle both exams together, go for it. It's just my view to give the MCQ first. The second question most of you have asked me is, how is the syllabus of the evaluating exam different from that of the MCQ? So this is a screenshot of the 9 competencies that the PEBC tests you in your MCQ exams. As you can see, some of them may overlap with that of the evaluating exam and some of them seem to be new. In case you guys want more information about any of them, let me know. But these are the basic 9 competencies and you have to pass all of them in order to pass the MCQ exam. Even if you see some overlaps such as ethics and professional conduct between evaluating and MCQ exams, they are tested in very different depths in the MCQ. So in the evaluating exam, it may be easier questions on the same topic, but the same competency has more in-depth questions in the MCQ because they're actually testing your knowledge as a pharmacist, not just your PharmD or not just your Bachelor of Pharmacy degree knowledge. This is what you would do when you are actually a pharmacist. That's what they want to understand. So even though it's the same competency, the sort of questions they will ask you are going to be very different. Also, according to me, reading and understanding the CTC, which is the Compendium of Therapeutic Choices, is very important. A lot of people think that you can just skip the drug tables, you don't have to study much about it. Each and every chapter, each and every line, and each and everything in each line has to be in your head like you've read it yesterday. So constant preparation, multiple revisions is what you need to pass the MCQ. And in terms of the CTMA, which is the Compendium of Therapeutics of Minor Ailments, you do need to have the basic knowledge of that as well. So a lot of people think that this is something that we know already. If someone has fever, go ahead, take Tylenol. If somebody doesn't have fever, go take something else over the counter. It's not as easy in the MCQ. You need to know your guidelines. You need to know when you have to give a hot compress. You need to know when to give rice. You need to know all of those things. So studying for pharmacology in depth is very important. The next question I get usually is how long do I usually have to prepare or give my MCQ after I pass my evaluating exam? So unlike the difference in gap between the document evaluation and evaluating exam, there is actually no deadline to give your MCQ or OSCE after your EE. So in case you want to take a minor break, you want to give yourself some time to understand the world again, you just want to breathe again, you can take a small breather and then come back so you can give the MCQ and OSCE within 3 years. Another famous question I get from a lot of people is the passing score. So on the PEBC website, if you look, you must have known that the evaluating exam has a 60% passing score. So you know that out of the 200 questions, I need to pass these many questions to get a 60%, and then I'll pass the evaluating exam. It's as simple as that. However, in the MCQ, there is a criteria reference-based pass or fail standard that is established by the PEBC, and therefore this is more like a bell curve sort of passing strategy, which I have understood. So you will only pass or fail depending upon the passing percentage or the passing ratio that the PEBC sets for that specific year, depending on how easy or how hard the exam was. So they are going to compare your performance to that of the other people who have given the exam in that specific setting. And the first few people who have performed the best are the ones that they pass depending on their need. So there's no set pass percentage, you have to be better than the rest. And in terms of the format of the examination, usually it's still MCQs, that means it's still multiple choice like the evaluating exam in terms of the layout of the exam. However, one difference is that out of the 200 questions that you get, there'll be 50 pre-test or unscored questions. You will not know which those 50 questions are, so you have to try your best to answer all 200 questions as if they are scored. But for your information, only 150 of those are going to be scored. You will have a total of 252 minutes to give the entire exam. It's usually a one-day exam and it's online now. So have a quick look at the PEBC website to have a quick demo tutorial on how you give it online. So guys, I'm trying to start revision classes for MCQ CTC chapters because reading through the CTC is where you start from. Everything stems out from your pharmacology, going down to the basics of managing a specific pharmacy incident to understanding what the drug interactions could be, diagnosis, investigations, everything. So in case you guys want to practice your MCQ chapters with us, let me know in the comments or DM me and I will definitely help you guys out. And if you guys have any other questions that have not been answered in this video, feel free to reach out to me. I'll try my best to answer them either as a DM, or if multiple people have asked me the same question, I'll try to make a quick video about it. Let's get started for the MCQs. All the best. See you in the next one.